Today, I'm going to be trying multiple study hacks and routines from different countries to see which country has the best studying hacks. We're going to be going through crazy studying hacks, stupid studying hacks, genius studying hacks, anything. And I'm going to try every single one, give them a rating out of 30, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to crown the #1 country when it comes to studying. So let's get into it with this first one coming from Greece, but it's ancient Greece. Now don't ask why, I need content, so we're going to ancient Greece. And what it's called is peripatetic learning. It's basically walking while you learn. Ancient Greece philosophers, like Aristotle, taught while walking. The belief is that body movement boosts mental clarity. Believe it or not, this actually has some science to it. So I'm gonna, walk around my room and see if what I learn is actually going in my head. I have a whiteboard marker. Let's get to studying. Okay, so one thing is that I don't recommend if you're in your room walking in circles because I actually feel very dizzy right now. I'm gonna try walking back and forth rather than in circles and then see from there. Hopefully, I don't feel dizzy because I cannot focus at all. Okay, so I just finished and first thoughts, the dizziness, it didn't fully go away. Weirdly, I was actually able to focus. This wasn't like revolutionary levels of focus, nothing I couldn't have achieved if I was like standing up or sitting down. But the fact that you can is actually quite interesting and I would recommend it, but we'll get to the real rating in a second. Okay, so after that interesting study method, we're going to try a bit more of a normal study method. This one coming from America. And it is called the Feynman technique. So what is the Feynman method? Okay, so the Feynman method is basically a studying method or method to learn something devised by famous physicist Richard Feynman, which is actually why I have so much respect for the method, because I have respect for Richard Feynman himself. And so what it is that you teach the method that you're studying, whether you're pretending someone's there or you actually have people there, but you explain it to them like they're a kid. And that way it enhances your understanding because you're using more brain power, more thought, and more, intuition in this thing you're learning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the camera on and I'm going to do this math concept on the chalkboard over there. I'm going to do some work pretending I'm, teaching to a class and see how it goes. And then obviously I'm going to rate it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to that. Okay, so I just tried, teaching on this whiteboard to no one. I don't know if you can see, but there's absolutely nobody there, just a messy desk. And what I found was that I actually did learn a lot because I felt like usually there are concepts that you learn where it just breezes past your mind. I feel like it didn't. I feel like I had to actually explain it. On top of that, it was actually kind of fun. You know what I mean? Like pretending to be a teacher. It's not just boring studying on a thing, taking notes, but you're actually teaching. I think it's quite fun. And in the past, I have tutored in ways, tutored my friends and, taught them. And yeah, I think that was fun. So I'm gonna do my rating and then we'll get to the next one. Okay, so we just finished I'd say a pretty actually, good studying method, the Feynman method. And I think it was, but now we're going to move to a bit more of an extreme studying method from South Korea. It is called the Hagwon's studying method. Study schools with 16 to 18 hour grind sessions. I'm not doing that. I am not doing 16 hours of studying. If you think that is going to get you good marks, click off this video right now. I'm 16 hours straight, by the way, not just 16 hours over a day. 8 hours sleep, that would, what? How is that? You just study the whole day. Let's just go to the next one before I actually start considering it. Okay, so the next studying method is from Russia, and it is dunking your face in ice. That is the studying method. Students dunk their face in icy water before study marathons. Shocks the nervous system awake like a natural Adderall. So I actually have some ice water right here, and I'm going to dunk my face at the start. I have, a towel, make sure you don't get your books wet. I'm actually going to add a catch to this. You see, I actually have to read a long summary of a book for an essay I have coming up. And so while I'm reading, every time my attention or focus dozes off, I'm going to dunk my face in icy water. I'm not sure if it will work or if there's any science behind it, but we will get to, study and see how it goes. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, here we go. I'll do the first one just to start off, so, and then I will get to reading. Okay, here we go. Don't do this with the laptop. I just got my whole laptop wet. Well, okay, so make sure you have a towel with you and you don't get your devices wet. And then, yeah, you just get started. I do feel a bit more energized. Let's see how it goes. What do I do this, man? Okay, so I just finished. I don't know how long that was. I think that was like a 30-minute study session, and I was actually able to focus pretty well with the ice water. I actually really liked that. I think it was fun. It like added some flavor of sorts. I would say if you're using a laptop or something, make sure that you have like something to wipe it. It was fun. I think it was pretty interesting. You know, sometimes studying can get boring. I think this is a fun way to spice it up. So yeah, I'll get to the rating now. Okay, so the next studying habit that we will be trying is a Japanese studying habit. It's like a cubicle, basically. So you study in a little box where the only thing you can really see is your work. And so then what that does is it helps you like to not get distracted from other things. I think there's also that sense of preparation because when you go into work, you might work in cubicles, so you know you're getting used to the environment. And I don't actually have a cubicle because you know at home, but I'm going to set up like a cardboard box where all I can see is my work. I'm going to try and get some work done, and then yeah, we'll see how that goes and see if I like it. Okay, so I don't have a cubicle as said before, so I'm actually going to make one using cardboard. So just a normal box. I ripped it open in the center. I'm gonna try and make like a somewhat cubicle where I can place it on my desk and like see nothing but my laptop and my book. Okay, so I have my cubicle here. It's pretty neat. You place it down here, you do your work, and I'm gonna set it up and I will show you from a better angle. Okay, so I have my cubicle set up here. I have some homework to get done. So this one doesn't really have a lot of space, and so I can't fit my book and my laptop in the same spot. So I'm just gonna do some work on my laptop. I'm just gonna see how this goes, and I'm noticing at first like there's a bit of movement when you touch your laptop. Okay, that works. This feels like when you're a kid and you make those like pillow fortresses. I don't know, I'm just getting the same vibe. I'm gonna get some work done and see if it's bearable or it's an absolute waste of time. So okay, so I just finished. I honestly don't know how long that was. I got pretty lost in the work I did, and I feel like there was no distractions. There was nothing to look at other than my laptop, and I think that's actually really helpful. Besides the fact that I felt and looked really stupid studying in a cardboard box. It makes a lot of sense, you know. If you can't see anything but your work, then there's nothing to focus on. So I'll do my rating and then we'll go to the next one. Okay, so the next studying method that I will be doing is from Denmark, and it is called the Hygge studying method. I think it's spelled Haig, but I think it's pronounced Hygge. Hygge. It revolves around creating a warm atmosphere and enjoying the good things in life with good people. I don't know what that's to do with studying, but basically creating a Hygge studying environment means making your studying space as comfortable and inviting as possible. Think soft lighting, comfortable chair, a warm blanket, and perhaps a cup of your favorite tea or coffee. This approach can make your studying sessions something to look forward to, reducing stress, improving concentration, and it can be effective in winter, apparently. Which is actually great, because I'm in winter right now. I will just, get my laptop, do some work, and see how that goes. I'm in bed, comfortable. It is actually winter, so it's pretty cold. I'm just gonna see how much work I can get done, and if I can actually enjoy the work more. Let's get into it. Okay, so I just finished the cozy Hygge studying session. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. That was really cozy. I felt like at the start it was a bit harder to focus, but once you got into it, it was less draining than normal studying. I will get to the rating now, and then we'll move on to the final country. Okay, so we are at the final country, and that is Italy. In actually probably the most well-known technique of this video, and that is the Pomodoro studying technique. So right now I have some notes to take, and I'm going to do the Pomodoro technique, which is it's in 35-minute sets. It's 25 minutes, you focus as much as you can, and then 5-minute break, and then 25 minutes, and then 5-minute break. I'm gonna do 2 sets. And so yeah, I'm just gonna get into it, and then we'll see. Okay, so I just finished my break. It was about 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Make sure when you do your breaks, don't just scroll on your phone or anything that is really instant dopamine, because what that does is it makes it harder to get back into the work because your attention span has basically just shortened to that time span. So make sure that during your breaks you do something like just lie down, maybe listen to music, talking to friends, just don't scroll. I see a lot of people doing that and it's terrible for attention span. So yeah, now let's just get into the final bit of work, and then we can rate the Pomodoro technique and then find the #1 country for studying of this video. Okay, so I just finished reading this, and now we're going to get to the review, and then we're going to crown the #1 country when it comes to studying methods in this video. Okay, so these are the final results. As you can see, America in #1, Italy in #2, and at dead last is South Korea, which I'm not surprised by. These ratings are out of 30, and it is rated from productivity, enjoyment, and then finally is the research says that it actually is productive study method. Now, the study method that I find the best might not be the best for you. For some people, they care more about productivity. For others, you may care more about enjoyment. But at the end of the day, this is the list that I've given, and this is how I've enjoyed each of these. So I think you should actually try it for yourself, because varying up your studying methods can make studying far more enjoyable, which is the whole point of this video. You see, studying is really, really boring. So by changing up your studying methods and trying out new things, you can make studying far more enjoyable. If you want to learn how to study less, avoid burnout, and get better grades, click this video here. Thank you for your time and use it wisely.